Hey guys, Erin here. I have been playing video games all morning, and I actually found a glitch in one of these shooting games where the gun goes up and I shot myself in the face. So in the video game, I am dead. So after that, I figured I should get some reading done. And even though it's only May, I wanted to talk about 4 books that have been the best I've read this year. Now, even though it's only May, I've read 22 books, and I'm going to save the whole reading list for the end of 2019, but I wanted to tell you about my favorite reads so far, and I have narrowed it down, so let's get started. First book, Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. This is book 1 of the Field Party series, and it's a young adult fiction romance novel about a girl named Maggie and a boy named West who both have difficult home lives. Maggie saw her father kill her mother, and West's father is dying of cancer, and they both soon discover that they can't live without each other, and they can sort of heal one another. And it does cover, like, the dark thing with The Fault in Our Stars with the cancer thing, but it's still, like, oh my gosh, even though it's so sad, it's so beautiful. I cannot get over it. And I just love it so much, and this series, the Field Party series, has actually shown me that I can read about high school again without having really bad flashbacks of high school myself. So that's really interesting. And then another book that is on my Kindle that I don't know how to show you on camera is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. It is a standalone novel, although I'm really, really hoping for a sequel because it is just that good. Oh my gosh. It is a young adult fiction romance LGBTQ novel. It's about a girl named Amanda who was formerly Andrew, and Amanda moves in with her father for a fresh new start in a new school after transitioning from male to female, and Amanda has a chance at making new friends, even gets a boyfriend. His name is Grant, and he asks her to the prom in a totally epic way, in my opinion. And everyone seems to be super open-minded, but once they find out that she, Amanda, used to be a he, Andrew, will they accept her? Now, with Meredith Russo, she is transgender too, and she's this upcoming author, or already a huge author, I don't know. I haven't checked online recently, but I have just been obsessed with her book. And if you are watching this, Meredith Russo, please give me a sequel because I love your book. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Everyone deserves to find love, and I think that's just a beautiful novel to read. And it's, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's really beautiful, and I absolutely love it, and I think you would like it too. So anyway, going on to another book, Fallout by Ellen Hopkins. This is part of the Crank trilogy. This is book 3. There's Crank, Glass, and Fallout. And even though I don't usually read poetry unless it's by Edgar Allan Poe, like the poem Once Upon a Midnight Dreary While I Pondered Weak and Weary, that's the first poem that comes to mind. That's the first line of The Raven, which is my favorite poem. And even though I don't usually read poetry, I read the Crank trilogy, and I was in love with it. Oh my gosh. It's classic in its own way, I guess you could say, because even though it isn't like The Raven, which is classically unique, it's young adult fiction, this new thing, so I guess you could call it a new classic. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I absolutely loved it, and I totally recommend it. The third book is actually set 15 years after Glass, which was book 2 of the Crank series, and 3 of Christina Snow's 5 kids, Hunter, Autumn, and Summer, get point of view chapters, and they deal with sex, drugs, and alcohol in their mission to find each other and where they all came from. So Christina is the only one linking them all, and they have different last names, different guardians, different homes, and altogether different lives. And these siblings don't even know really that each other exists. So it's really interesting the journey that they have come through to find each other. It's just so beautiful. I love it. And even though it can get confusing with Autumn and Summer, like, okay, which one came first? it's still really beautiful, and I wish that there was a sequel trilogy about these three of the 5 kids. And the final book that is one of my favorites this year is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This is a standalone novel, and it's a young adult fiction romance LGBTQ novel, again. And it's about these 2 boys named Mateo and Rufus. They get a call from Deathcast telling them that they both have 24 hours to live. So they use the Last Friend app to find each other and then spend their final hours together. It's beautiful, heartfelt, and really tear-jerking because I was actually crying with some of the scenes. And it's about this friendship and love and doing the most living you can on the last day of your life. And I would give it a 10 out of 5 stars because that's just so cool. I have not read a book like They Both Die at the End, and I wish there were more books like it because then I would have even more love to give to these books. And with how I came to discover They Both Die at the End, I follow Jesse the Reader on BookTube, and he is like one of the most well-known booktubers out there. He raved about the novel, so I figured let me hop on the BookTube bandwagon and read the book. And I was not disappointed. I loved the book. So, if you enjoyed this video, like below, subscribe to my BookTube channel for more books like this, for more videos like this. And I would like to know, what are your top 3 or top 4 favorite reads this year? So, comment below and have a good day, everyone!